Turkmenistan, located in Central Asia, is a land of vast deserts, ancient cities, and a rich historical tapestry woven from the influence of various empires and cultures. Its history spans from ancient times through its role in the Silk Road to being part of great empires, and finally to its status as an independent nation in the modern era. The story of Turkmenistan is one of resilience, cultural synthesis, and the enduring spirit of the Turkmen people. The history of Turkmenistan begins with the early settlements that emerged around 2500 BC. One of the most notable ancient civilizations in the region was the Margiana Civilization, centered around the city of Merv, which later became an important hub of trade and culture. Merv, known as the Queen of Cities, thrived as an oasis in the harsh Karakum Desert, playing a significant role in the early development of the region. It became a key city along the Silk Road, linking east and west and serving as a melting pot of diverse cultures and ideas. In the 6th century BC, Turkmenistan was incorporated into the Achaemenid Empire, the first Persian empire founded by Cyrus the Great. The Persian influence shaped the region's culture, language, and political structure. This period was followed by the conquest of Alexander the Great in the 4th century BC, which introduced Hellenistic influences into the region. The remnants of Greek culture left their mark on the region, blending with the existing traditions. Turkmenistan later became a part of the Parthian Empire, with Nisa serving as one of the early capitals of the Parthians. This period was characterized by the flourishing of art, architecture, and trade. The Parthian rulers created an atmosphere of stability, which fostered cultural exchange along the Silk Road. This era was succeeded by the Sassanid Empire, which continued Persian influence over the region until the arrival of Arab forces in the 7th century AD. The Arab conquest brought Islam to Turkmenistan, profoundly changing the religious and cultural landscape of the region. Over the centuries, the Turkmen tribes began migrating into the area, gradually establishing their dominance. The arrival of the Seljuk Turks in the 11th century marked another significant chapter in the history of Turkmenistan. The Seljuk Empire, which originated in the region, expanded to become one of the most powerful empires of its time, with its cultural and architectural achievements leaving a lasting legacy. The 13th century saw the devastating invasion of the Mongols under Genghis Khan, which brought destruction to many of the flourishing cities, including Merv. The Mongol rule, however, was followed by the Timurid period, during which the region experienced a revival, particularly under Timur, also known as Tamerlane, who sought to rebuild and enhance the cultural prominence of Central Asia. Following the decline of the Timurid Empire, Turkmenistan's territory became part of the Khanates of Khiva and Bukhara. The Turkmen people retained their tribal and semi-nomadic way of life, often resisting the control of neighboring powers. The 19th century brought new challenges as the Russian Empire expanded into Central Asia, eventually annexing Turkmenistan in the late 1800s. The incorporation into the Russian Empire led to significant changes in the social and economic structures of the region. After the Russian Revolution in 1917, Turkmenistan became a part of the Soviet Union in 1924 and was designated as the Turkmen Soviet Socialist Republic. During the Soviet era, Turkmenistan underwent rapid modernization and industrialization. The Soviet government introduced collectivized agriculture, focusing on cotton production, and brought education and infrastructure development to the region. However, these changes often came at the cost of traditional Turkmen culture, which was heavily repressed. Turkmenistan declared its independence in 1991 following the collapse of the Soviet Union. Sapar Murat Niyazov, the first president of independent Turkmenistan, established a highly centralized government and a cult of personality, referring to himself as Turkmenbashi, or leader of the Turkmen. His rule was characterized by grandiose projects such as the construction of monumental buildings and renaming months of the calendar. Despite the authoritarian nature of his regime, Niyazov's leadership also emphasized national pride and cultural revival. Following Niyazov's death in 2006, Gurbanguly Berdimuhamedov took over the presidency and introduced some reforms, though the political system remained highly centralized. Turkmenistan's vast natural gas reserves have played a crucial role in shaping its economy and foreign relations, with the country seeking to balance its relationships with major powers like Russia, China and Iran while maintaining a policy of permanent neutrality.